Hi friends, I'm in San Francisco now, and I just newly bought a radio. It is Ratacast V111. Yet I have tried many times, but I cannot fix the radio station. So I have to write an email to the sales manager of this radio on eBay, and he responded this morning telling me it is because of the battery. Yeah, he said maybe it's of low battery, so I just fully charged the battery again. Yeah, and then in fact before this I just take out the batteries from my Sony. I have several radios, and I am a radio lover. Yeah, these two are Sony's. Yeah, and this is the newly purchased Rakatas. Yeah. The only difference between these radios is this one has the shortwave and medium wave, and these two is just FM. Yeah, just for local station. And before this, I just take the battery out of the Sony radio and put this battery into this newly purchased one, but it cannot work. It can only I can only hear the radio voice for around 30 seconds, and then it disappeared. So just to improve that what I said is true, I just used a small clock. It will show up the time elapsed. So now I just want to put these two batteries. These two batteries, rechargeable battery with the 3100 mAh. Yeah, it's big volume batteries. So first, let us put these batteries into this bigger Sony radio. Just this way. And this one.
As David mentioned, how can it possibly be that people are having a tough time finding people online here?
Well, there are a few reasons. One, of course, is that it is still risky to take many of these jobs. And in fact, if you look at the Census Household Pulse Survey data, it shows that there are, I think, a couple of...
We just listen to it for 1 minute to make sure these two batteries are good enough.
Worried about getting sick. So again, until we have mass vaccination, something approaching herd immunity or what have you, it's still going to be less attractive to take jobs.
Let's see the other side.
Of course, about the generosity of unemployment benefits.
The other side, from here we can see the battery, the green light of the battery.
Making it easier for people to
Yeah,
stay out
the battery is okay. Yeah, the green light
on that is mixed.
quite okay. So these two batteries can work on this bigger Sony radio very well. Let's take it down. Take it out. Let us put it into another smaller Sony radio. This way. Put inside. Another one. Let's see the other side. The battery, the green light for the batteries is okay.
Hey, David, we talked about, or you talked about your pal a minute ago. I want to turn to another member of the organization known as the Federal Reserve. The president of the San Francisco Fed, Mary Daly, said in a seminar the other day, or in a webinar, I guess we're calling it now. She said, look, the Fed can't keep being the first line of defense, right? And Neil Irwin wrote about this in the New York Times a number of weeks ago, how, maybe what's happening
It works well. Quite good.
The Fed being first line of defense.
Quite normal.
Lawmakers and legislators realizing the political gains that can come with some financial largesse in times of crisis. I wonder what you think of that.
The battery indicator just in green color is okay, and the white light is for the radio station. It's very easy. Yeah. So now, let us put these two batteries out and put these two batteries into my newly purchased radio. Let's see what happens. Put the battery this way. Another one. And then we just power on this way. And the screen shows the time, but the time has not been adjusted. So use long press this one will open. Let's see the time, the second.
There have been some economic bright spots in this pandemic. Groceries and supermarkets, it turns out, are one of them. Not for food so much as for the real estate of it. Aldi, Food Line, and Lidl have expansion plans in the works, and the big chains were expanding before the pandemic as well. More than 2,500 new grocery stores with footprints of 5,000 square feet or more have opened in the past 5 years. That's from the commercial real estate group CoStar. So Marketplace's Kristen Schwab explains how commercial landlords might have to lean on grocers as other companies think about opting out of their leases.
This story doesn't start with the pandemic grocery boom. It starts with the downturn.
It lasts longer than expected. Before I made this video, it only lasts for around 30 seconds, and then the voice disappeared.
Smaller tenants, or they need to find a larger tenant that is more stable. Enter grocery stores. For landlords, they're pretty recession-proof, so they're going to pay the rent. They sign long leases up to 20 years, and they bring a lot of foot traffic to strip malls. Scott Burns at commercial real estate firm JLL says stores like Aldi and Trader Joe's are increasingly a good match for spaces being vacated by mid-sized retailers.
20 years ago, grocery stores were on average 40 to 50,000 square feet. The majority of the grocery stores these days are 20 to 30,000 feet and coming down.
But if landlords rely too much on grocery, will there be too many of them? Mark Thompson is founder of GroceryAnchor.com.
Yeah, there's certainly places across the country where we're seeing overstored locations, other places where the expansion needs to happen.
He says it takes about 15,000 residents to support one grocery store. Some places like North Carolina have a much higher ratio of stores to people.
Now, who won? Well, the consumer won, because all these grocery stores were competing for consumers at that point and dropped prices.
That bubble burst.
This time when I make this video, seems it's normal. I don't know why. Because maybe the radio is afraid of my returning it. It just does not want to leave me. It's interesting. When I make this video, it behaves normally. Oh, it's interesting.